Joel1. The word of the Lord that came to Joel the son of Pethuel. The word of the Lord that came to Joel the son of Pethuel. Hear this, you elders, and give ear, all you inhabitants of the land. Has anything like this happened in your days, or even in the days of your fathers? Hear this, ye old men, and give ear, all ye inhabitants of the land. Hath this been in your days, or even in the days of your fathers? Tell your children about it, let your children tell their children, and their children another generation. Tell ye your children of it, and let your children tell their children, and their children another generation. What the chewing locust left, the swarming locust has eaten, what the swarming locust left, the crawling locust has eaten, and what the crawling locust left, the consuming locust has eaten. That which the palmerworm hath left hath the locust eaten, and that which the locust hath left hath the cankerworm eaten, and that which the cankerworm hath left hath the caterpillar eaten. Awake, you drunkards, and weep, and wail, all you drinkers of wine, because of the new wine, for it has been cut off from your mouth. Awake, ye drunkards, and weep, and howl, all ye drinkers of wine, because of the new wine, for it is cut off from your mouth. For a nation has come up against my land, strong, and without number, his teeth are the teeth of a lion, and he has the fangs of a fierce lion. For a nation is come up upon my land, strong, and without number, whose teeth are the teeth of a lion, and he hath the cheek teeth of a great lion. He has laid waste my vine, and ruined my fig tree, he has stripped it bare and thrown it away, its branches are made white. He hath laid my vine waste, and barked my fig tree, he hath made it clean bare, and cast it away, the branches thereof are made white. Lament like a virgin girded with sackcloth for the husband of her youth. Lament like a virgin girded with sackcloth for the husband of her youth. The grain offering and the drink offering have been cut off from the house of the Lord, the priests mourn, who minister to the Lord. The meat offering and the drink offering is cut off from the house of the Lord, the priests, the Lord's ministers, mourn. The field is wasted, the land mourns, for the grain is ruined, the new wine is dried up, the oil fails. The field is wasted, the land mourneth, for the corn is wasted, the new wine is dried up, the oil languisheth. Be ashamed, you farmers, wail, you vine-dressers, for the wheat and the barley, because the harvest of the field has perished. Be ye ashamed, O ye husbandmen, howl, O ye vine-dressers, for the wheat and for the barley, because the harvest of the field is perished. The vine has dried up, and the fig tree has withered, the pomegranate tree, the palm tree also, and the apple tree, all the trees of the field are withered, surely joy has withered away from the sons of men. The vine is dried up, and the fig tree languisheth, the pomegranate tree, the palm tree also, and the apple tree, even all the trees of the field, are withered, because joy is withered away from the sons of men. Gird yourselves and lament, you priests, wail, you who minister before the altar, come, lie all night in sackcloth, you who minister to my God, for the grain offering and the drink offering are withheld from the house of your God. Gird yourselves, and lament, ye priests, howl, ye ministers of the altar, come, lie all night in sackcloth, ye ministers of my God, for the meat offering and the drink offering is withholden from the house of your God. Consecrate a fast, call a sacred assembly, gather the elders and all the inhabitants of the land into the house of the Lord your God, and cry out to the Lord. Sanctify ye a fast, call a solemn assembly, gather the elders and all the inhabitants of the land into the house of the Lord your God, and cry unto the Lord. Alas for the day! For the day of the Lord is at hand, it shall come as destruction from the Almighty. Alas for the day! For the day of the Lord is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come. Is not the food cut off before our eyes, joy and gladness from the house of our God? Is not the meat cut off before our eyes, yea, joy and gladness from the house of our God? The seed shrivels under the clods, storehouses are in shambles, barns are broken down, for the grain has withered. The seed is rotten under their clods, the garners are laid desolate, the barns are broken down, for the corn is withered. How the animals groan! The herds of cattle are restless, because they have no pasture, even the flocks of sheep suffer punishment. How do the beasts groan? The herds of cattle are perplexed, because they have no pasture, the flocks of sheep are made desolate. O Lord, to you I cry out, for fire has devoured the open pastures, and a flame has burned all the trees of the field. O Lord, to thee will I cry, for the fire hath devoured the pastures of the wilderness, and the flame hath burned all the trees of the field. The beasts of the field also cry out to you, for the waterbrooks are dried up, and fire has devoured the open pastures. The beasts of the field cry also unto thee, for the rivers of waters are dried up, and the fire hath devoured the pastures of the wilderness. Joel3. For behold, in those days and at that time, when I bring back the captives of Judah and Jerusalem. For, behold, in those days, and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will enter into judgment with them there on account of my people, my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations. They have also divided up my land. I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, and parted my land. They have cast lots for my people, have given a boy as payment for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they may drink. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Indeed, what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Sidon, and all the coasts of Philistia? Will you retaliate against me? But if you retaliate against me, swiftly and speedily I will return your retaliation upon your own head. Yeah, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre, and Sidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my prized possessions. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. Also the people of Judah and the people of Jerusalem you have sold to the Greeks, that you may remove them far from their borders. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place to which you have sold them, and will return your retaliation upon your own head. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the people of Judah, and they will sell them to the Sabaeans, to a people far off, for the Lord has spoken. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabaeans, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. Proclaim this among the nations, prepare for war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say, I am strong. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble and come, all ye nations, and gather together all around. 'Cause your mighty ones to go down there, O Lord. Assemble yourselves, and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about, thither 'cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the nations be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there I will sit to judge all the surrounding nations. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, go down, for the winepress is full, the vats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe, come, get you down, for the press is full, the vats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. The sun and moon will grow dark, and the stars will diminish their brightness. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. The Lord also will roar from Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem, the heavens and earth will shake, but the Lord will be a shelter for his people, and the strength of the children of Israel. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people, and the strength of the children of Israel. So you shall know that I am the Lord your God, dwelling in Zion my holy mountain. Then Jerusalem shall be holy, and no alien shall ever pass through her again. So shall ye know that I am the Lord your God dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain, then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her any more. And it will come to pass in that day that the mountains shall drip with new wine, the hills shall flow with milk, and all the brooks of Judah shall be flooded with water, a fountain shall flow from the house of the Lord and water the valley of acacias. And it shall come to pass in that day, that the mountains shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and a fountain shall come forth of the house of the Lord, and shall water the valley of Shittim. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom a desolate wilderness, because of violence against the people of Judah, for they have shed innocent blood in their land. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall abide forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation. For I will acquit them of the guilt of bloodshed, whom I had not acquitted, for the Lord dwells in Zion. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for the Lord dwelleth in Zion. Proverbs 9. Wisdom has built her house, she has hewn out her 7 pillars. Wisdom hath builded her house, she hath hewn out her 7 pillars. She has slaughtered her meat, she has mixed her wine, she has also furnished her table. She hath killed her beasts, she hath mingled her wine, she hath also furnished her table. She has sent out her maidens, she cries out from the highest places of the city. She hath sent forth her maidens, she crieth upon the highest places of the city. Whoever is simple, let him turn in here. As for him who lacks understanding, she says to him. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither, as for him that wanteth understanding, she saith to him. Come, eat of my bread and drink of the wine I have mixed. Come, eat of my bread, and drink of the wine which I have mingled. Forsake foolishness and live, and go in the way of understanding. Forsake the foolish, and live, and go in the way of understanding. He who corrects a scoffer gets shame for himself, and he who rebukes a wicked man only harms himself. He that reproveth a scorner getteth to himself shame, and he that rebuketh a wicked man getteth himself a blot. Do not correct a scoffer, lest he hate you, rebuke a wise man, and he will love you. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee, rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be still wiser, teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser, teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy is understanding. For by me your days will be multiplied, and years of life will be added to you. For by me thy days shall be multiplied, and the years of thy life shall be increased. If you are wise for yourself, and if you scoff, you will bear it alone. If thou be wise, thou shalt be wise for thyself, but if thou scornest, thou alone shalt bear it. A foolish woman is clamorous, she is simple, and knows nothing. A foolish woman is clamorous, she is simple, and knoweth nothing. For she sits at the door of her house, on a seat by the highest places of the city. For she sitteth at the door of her house, on a seat in the high places of the city. To call to those who pass by, who go straight on their way. To call passengers who go right on their ways. Whoever is simple, let him turn in here, and as for him who lacks understanding, she says to him. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither, and as for him that wanteth understanding, she saith to him. Stolen water is sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. Stolen waters are sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. But he does not know that the dead are there, that her guests are in the depths of hell. But he knoweth not that the dead are there, and that her guests are in the depths of hell. Revelation 2. To the angel of the church of Ephesus write, these things says he who holds the 7 stars in his right hand, who walks in the midst of the 7 golden lampstands. Unto the angel of the church of Ephesus write, these things saith he that holdeth the 7 stars in his right hand, who walketh in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks. I know your works, your labor, your patience, and that you cannot bear those who are evil. And you have tested those who say they are apostles and are not, and have found them liars. I know thy works, and thy labor, and thy patience, and how thou canst not bear them which are evil, and thou hast tried them which say they are apostles, and are not, and hast found them liars. And you have persevered and have patience, and have labored for my name's sake and have not become weary. And hast borne, and hast patience, and for my name's sake hast labored, and hast not fainted. Nevertheless I have this against you, that you have left your first love. Nevertheless I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love. Remember therefore from where you have fallen, repent and do the first works, or else I will come to you quickly and remove your lampstand from its place unless you repent. Remember therefore from whence thou art fallen, and repent, and do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly, and will remove thy candlestick out of his place, except thou repent. But this you have, that you hate the deeds of the Nicolaitans, which I also hate. But this thou hast, that thou hatest the deeds of the Nicolaitans, which I also hate. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To him who overcomes I will give to eat from the tree of life, which is in the midst of the paradise of God. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the tree of life, which is in the midst of the paradise of God. And to the angel of the church in Smyrna write, these things says the first and the last, who was dead, and came to life. And unto the angel of the church in Smyrna write, these things saith the first and the last, which was dead, and is alive. I know your works, tribulation, and poverty, but you are rich, and I know the blasphemy of those who say they are Jews and are not, but are a synagogue of Satan. I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Do not fear any of those things which you are about to suffer. Indeed, the devil is about to throw some of you into prison, that you may be tested, and you will have tribulation 10 days. Be faithful until death, and I will give you the crown of life. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. He who overcomes shall not be hurt by the second death. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches, he that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death. And to the angel of the church in Pergamos write, these things says he who has the sharp 2-edged sword. And to the angel of the church in Pergamos write, these things saith he which hath the sharp sword with 2 edges. I know your works, and where you dwell, where Satan's throne is. And you hold fast to my name, and did not deny my faith even in the days in which Antipas was my faithful martyr, who was killed among you, where Satan dwells. I know thy works and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is, and thou holdest fast my name, and hast not denied my faith, even in those days wherein Antipas was my faithful martyr, who was slain among you, where Satan dwelleth. But I have a few things against you, because you have there those who hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to put a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed to idols, and to commit sexual immorality. But I have a few things against thee, because thou hast there them that hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed unto idols, and to commit fornication. Thus you also have those who hold the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, which thing I hate. So hast thou also them that hold the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, which thing I hate. Repent, or else I will come to you quickly and will fight against them with the sword of my mouth. Repent, or else I will come unto thee quickly, and will fight against them with the sword of my mouth. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To him who overcomes I will give some of the hidden manna to eat. And I will give him a white stone, and on the stone a new name written which no one knows except him who receives it. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the hidden manna, and will give him a white stone, and in the stone a new name written, which no man knoweth saving he that receiveth it. And to the angel of the church in Thyatira write, These things says the Son of God, who has eyes like a flame of fire, and his feet like fine brass. And unto the angel of the church in Thyatira write, These things saith the Son of God, who hath his eyes like unto a flame of fire, and his feet are like fine brass. I know your works, love, service, faith, and your patience, and as for your works, the last are more than the first. I know thy works, and charity, and service, and faith, and thy patience, and thy works, and the last to be more than the first. Nevertheless I have a few things against you, because you allow that woman Jezebel, who calls herself a prophetess, to teach and seduce my servants to commit sexual immorality and eat things sacrificed to idols. Notwithstanding I have a few things against thee, because thou sufferest that woman Jezebel, which calleth herself a prophetess, to teach and to seduce my servants to commit fornication, and to eat things sacrificed unto idols. And I gave her time to repent of her sexual immorality, and she did not repent. And I gave her space to repent of her fornication, and she repented not. Indeed I will cast her into a sickbed, and those who commit adultery with her into great tribulation, unless they repent of their deeds. Behold, I will cast her into a bed, and them that commit adultery with her into great tribulation, except they repent of their deeds. I will kill her children with death, and all the churches shall know that I am he who searches the minds and hearts. And I will give to each one of you according to your works. And I will kill her children with death, and all the churches shall know that I am he which searcheth the reins and hearts, and I will give unto every one of you according to your works. Now to you I say, and to the rest in Thyatira, as many as do not have this doctrine, who have not known the depths of Satan, as they say, I will put on you no other burden. But unto you I say, and unto the rest in Thyatira, as many as have not this doctrine, and which have not known the depths of Satan, as they speak, I will put upon you none other burden. But hold fast what you have till I come. But that which ye have already hold fast till I come. And he who overcomes, and keeps my works until the end, to him I will give power over the nations. And he that overcometh, and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. He shall rule them with a rod of iron, they shall be dashed to pieces like the potter's vessels as I also have received from my Father. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. And I will give him the morning star. And I will give him the morning star. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches.